my cannonballs. We're back for a short quick second, just for a short quick second. Brian, I never mentioned your mother last night. I don't think I did that. And when I was getting to a point when it came to me getting, I would say frustrated with you, um, I stopped myself. You may have heard the mother part, but I never mentioned your mother. I mean, I never, went that far, with you. So I want you to know this. I wouldn't go that deep with you, well, really that low with you because I didn't do that at all. I mean, you can say a lot of, about me right now. It's all right. It's all cool. But I just want you to know, you know, if you feel like that, hey, I didn't do that. Brian, I don't want my mama to die, but I know she gotta leave up on out of here. Just like we all gotta leave up on out of here. And I'm sad, Brian, I was on your live when you was crying and moaning. And look, I was with my grandfather. My grandfather. And I know you don't care about that or care about this, but I was with my grandfather at the time and I heard you. I heard the aches and the pain in your voice, bro. You know, I ain't gonna lie, me and you was going through I would say me and you was going through something similar. At the time when your mother passed, Brian, I ain't gonna lie, my grandfather was going through some things too as well. And I had to be there. I had to be there. I ain't gonna lie to you, I had to be there. I had to be there. It's unfortunate that, you weren't able to get there at time. I know your heart, Brian. I'm not judging you by what decision you made on that day. But at the same time, God knows your heart. I ain't judging you about it at all. Just know this. I wouldn't want to say that about anybody, mama. I didn't mention anything. I mean, I didn't go against the grain. I didn't mention no red shoe, no chicken salad. Hey, I promise you, I didn't mention none of that. I didn't. I didn't want to. But me and you were in battle. We were in battle. But even though we were in battle, I wouldn't go. I wouldn't say that. Even though I may have said, I would say in the past or a few months ago, um, out of anger, because you was coming at me. But I promise you, I did not, say anything about your mother. It's a hurt. Look, I know what it feels like not to have someone that helped brought you into this world. I know, I know, I know. But I wouldn't do that to you. I would. You may want to cuss me out, call me all types of names, but I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that because I wouldn't want you doing that to me. It's a lot of it's look. It's a lot of things that me and you probably can relate to. When it comes to certain things, but I would not want you to think that I'm using that as a diss because I'm not using that as a diss because it's not a read because we all can lose our parents. I haven't had my father in my life. I don't. I never. Oh, that's a burp. I never knew who he. I never knew who he was. Oh my goodness. I never knew who he was. And at all. I never knew who he was. All I see is pictures. That's it. You had brought him up in your live, which is why I understand why. But you may feel like I was attacking you. I'm not gonna attack anybody parents on here that I may not. Well, when it comes to people that I may have had dealings with, I won't do that. I won't do that at all. That's not me. That's not me at all. Y'all don't even know half. You know, I would say a lot of people don't even know half of the facts when it comes to things that people have told me when they have lost someone. I didn't come to YouTube talking about it because they told me in confidence, and I kept that to myself. I promise you, I did. And I wouldn't even want to speak on anybody else's family members because I don't know them. I don't know them. Look how I perceive the people that was, I would say, brought to my attention. I respected them. I wasn't finna go. I'm not finna try to look up where they at. I'm not that. I'm not evil like that. I'm not evil like that at all. At all. I ain't no saint, but I'm not evil like that at all. I'm not evil like that at all. Like if I was so mad at Tommy, if I was so mad at Tommy, do you think I'd be on here on this platform calling mother or father, sister or whoever? I wouldn't do that. That's not me because I don't know them. Because I respect them. I respect them. Because I wouldn't want him calling my mama a bitch. I wouldn't want him calling my mama a hoe or a mammy. I wouldn't want him doing that to me, and I wouldn't do that to you. And I want you to know that, Brian. If you may have heard a slip up, just know I caught myself. I caught myself. I didn't. I may have to go back and watch, but I promise you, if I did that, I know. In fact, I didn't do that because I know what I said. 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 I know what I said, and I know I didn't say that. I'm not so dirty. I am not so dirty to really to go so low like that. I am not so dirty to go so low like that with anybody. I don't want to do that to nobody. Look, Brian, around the time when you lost your mother, Brian, I was at my grandfather's house, and and I was listening to you for my help. At the time, I didn't want to go either. I didn't want to go either, bro, because I wanted to live my life too as well. But I went there, and I know that you are, you older than I am. I mean, I know you had other things going on, but I know at the same time you still love your loved ones, and at the same time, I know, I know that you would have been there. You would have been there for your mom. God knows your heart, Brian. Please, if you think that I'm like that, hey, all I can say, please forgive me. I'm not trying to be on here and be that reckless. Yeah, Brian, you have pissed me off a few times, but I wouldn't do that to you, bro. Cause I know how you feel, bro. That still hurts. You can play it off like it ain't hitting on nothing, but at the same time, bro, that was your mother. That was your mother. A lot of people gotta face and really prepare themselves. When it comes to their mothers, they gotta you're a strong person. If I ain't gonna lie to you, it's scary, but at the same time, I know that we all gotta face it. You faced it on that day. I listened to you, Brian. I listened to you. I understand. I understood where you was coming from. I did. I did. I did. And I want you to know, don't feel no regret, no regrets about that day. God knew. God knew what was going to happen. He did. He did. And he knew what the decision that you was going to make, you know? But I'm not trying to be on here on that type of stuff when it comes to you. I know you may be mad at me. I'm not mad at I'm not mad at you at all. I'm not mad at you at all. I know we have our little moments, but I just want you to know I wouldn't do that to you. I was really really mad last night. Well, I would say a little bit upset, but I wouldn't do that to you, bro. Just like I wouldn't do it to Tommy. He look, I done seen certain things, but I'm not gonna bring that out to the forefront about it. I'm not gonna be on a rampage dissing his family. I'm not gonna do none of that. I don't need to. Why? What in the hell am I getting out of that? Nothing but an ass whooping. Okay? Because when you talk about me, well, I'm gonna tell you like this: when you talk about other people's, family members, they could be looking out for you. Tommy had, I hate, I don't want to say this, but he has people in this city that can get to me too as well. I'm not even mad at him. I just wish certain things wouldn't even happen. But I just want you to know, man. I know I'm going. I know I may sound crazy. May sound crazy. I'm not. I'm not. I feel like I'm not making myself look even better because of what happened earlier. But hey, what can I say? What more can I say? I just think that I think I need to take a nap and regroup and take a break from going live. But yeah, and we got trolls in the chat. I'm not responding back to what you guys are saying. You guys don't trigger me. I'm not that easily to be triggered at all. At all. At all. But I hope you know, Brian. I'm not that guy to be like that with you, because I know that's a sensitive. I know that is a sensitive spot for you. And when I, when we was back in battle, or well, I would say when we was in battle, you know, I mentioned some things I shouldn't have mentioned because I was on your live that night. I mean that morning. Really, it may have been the morning of that, or earlier that evening, where you was really really upset. You was really really upset, Brian. You was really really upset, and I felt like you had some regrets. But Brian, I don't feel like you have to regret anything. You don't have to feel like that. You don't. What happened happened. It was out of your hands. We all have a time in the day that we all gonna have to leave this earth. I want you to know this, bro. I want you to know this because I experienced some people that died. That died, man. I promise you, that was around me in the same household underneath. Look, I'm gonna say it like this. Underneath the same roof, I don't see these people anymore. And they were just walking around me in the house. I don't see them anymore. I found them dead. I found them dead. I found them dead, bro. I found them dead. So you can only imagine what I'm feeling on the inside. When people want me to break down, I can't break down. I can't break down. I done found two family members dead, dead, and I'm not trying to make it seem like that's something big. It's not, but I know how that feels. I know how that feels. Hell, my cousin, the one that I found passed away. I walked past him the night that he passed. It was like everything was normal. In the next couple of seconds, he was gone. He was gone. And there wasn't nothing I could do about it. Only I can do was trying to, I don't mind if people make fun of this. We had to pull him out the bathroom. We had to pull him out the bathroom, put him on the bed. He was dead weight. We had to dress him. Had to dress him up, put his clothes on. You know, we rolled him in. We put him in the wheelchair. We got him to the living room. The ambulance. I had to run down the street because they had went to the wrong block. They didn't come on my block where I stayed at. They didn't come on my block at all. At all. Didn't come on block at all. Had to chase them down. Had to chase them down to come over here to try to see if they can save my first cousin. And they couldn't save him. They couldn't save him. Just like they couldn't save another person that passed away here. But I just want you to know, Brian, I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at nobody. I think it's just time for me to just, take a break and get off it. But I hate that you feel like that I said something about your mama. I didn't do that. I promise you I didn't do that. But on that note, you guys, let me get up and out of here. I feel like I just made myself look like a complete fool, being a little bit upset. A little bit upset. And I can take accountability for my actions. It's not good. It's not a good thing to see. But I'm trying to make it better. I'm trying to make it better.